your power, take back your power so that you can really transform fear, right? We think of Friday the 13th as some kind of Michael Myers fiasco to transform the fear into your excellence, to transform fear, which is power, right? There's power in fear, and we're going to flip it. We're going to transmute the fear power game dilemma, the Michael Myers fiasco of Friday the 13th, into the power of our wisdom, into the power of our sovereignty. You can transmute any energy, right? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, right? What is energy? It is transferred, it is transmuted, it can be transformed and transcended. So we worked on the transmuting of the Michael Myers fiasco fear power game into our personal power, which can be of the sovereignty of deciding a new choice. And it takes a lot of energy to make a new choice. Because when you're dealing with a lineage and you're dealing with all kinds of what we call these ancestral curses and generational trauma, it takes a lot of energy to decide. Because a lot of times we're not deciding for ourselves. We're letting our mom and our dad and our childhood and our religion or the ideology to decide for us, right? The ancestral curses and generational traumas to decide what kind of caliber, what kind of wealth we can hold, and what kind of knowledge we can hold. So we've transmuted that fear dilemma, right? That has us hiding, has us holding back, has us, and all these illusions, mental intrigues, and all these phobias and paranoia and all these obsessions to our own failure and all of that kind of dilemma, right? And we transmuted that dilemma into a deathless practice, right? Which is about the time is precious. Time is very precious. So let me use that to really create a breakthrough. And I want as many breakthroughs as possible in this single lifetime, because this lifetime can actually be monumental in the Satric record of our many lifetimes. You can actually make this lifetime very, very very powerful. Okay, you can you can heal and transmute a lot of things in this one lifetime. So we want to recognize the time is precious, and the only way we do is the deathless practice, where we face our death, we face our fear, and we learn to get bolder, and we learn to develop a stronger intuition, and to create a sort of invincible blessing, a invincible sort of shield of auric intelligence and auric of victory that vibrates into the cosmos, our synchronicity, vibrates into this earth planet system possibility. We can carve out into this earth our own opportunity, that we don't need to hustle and chase. It will come to us, because the vibration we put out, it does affect this earth system. Okay, and we can actually shape our own opportunity with our own mind and our own energy. It just requires us to really direct the energy towards immense creativity, and that fire, right, that blue fire I like to talk, or that white fire, can actually really transmute a lot of these fear of the unknown, fear to be myself, fear to love, fear to be loved. That has a lot to do with these deep kind of you can say contracts or ties or attachments or even chains that we have with the past lives, ancestral past, society past. So we did a lot of that Friday the 13th upgrade. So may you go out into your day, into your week, feeling more bolder in your ability to navigate through fear in a way where you're not losing energy, where you're not losing your sense of opportunity, possibility and creativity, okay? So that you can really sort of reshape the fear, the sort of relationship in you, okay, into more of a challenge, I like to say, towards a pressure, a challenge, a sort of and a lesson that gets you initiating further, right? That gets you moving further, that gets you in that rite of passage, that gets you deeper than you thought you'd go, gets you more creative than you thought you would be, gets you more deathless than you thought that you could actually do that. When we have that fear, it can either push us to collapse into a hole of death, in that kind of graveyard ghost corpse of ourselves, where we give up and these type of things, or it can really pressurize us to get everything done, right? And a lot of people, it can pressure you, oh gosh, death, fear, whatever, Michael Myers fiasco, let me get things done, let me initiate, let me get 10 years worth of initiation in this single moment now, because that's how bold of my approaches towards my practice, or how bold my approaches toward my creativity or my healing, or forgiveness or mending of a relationship. And that's the kind of attitude we have in that deathless practice that really gets us moving, because if the fear had its way and had its hold on us, we wouldn't be moving at all in this life. We would just a dud this whole life. If fear had its way with us, we would just be going whatever relationship, settling, being mute. We would, not voice ourselves, express ourselves, and just a dud, okay? But, that's why, Friday the 13th and, Halloween and these kind of days are seen as, death, right, or evil or whatever, because it's a part of the matrix, right? When we're not paying attention to something, or we're not recognizing the power of it because we think it's evil, we're not going to utilize the power, we're not going to touch the power, we're not going to sort of get in touch with what that power is, because we think, oh, it's the devil, so I don't want to touch that power. But there's a power in the, Friday the 13th and this Halloween type of stuff where you can go into the fear thing. Again, can't be created or destroyed. It can be transferred and transmuted, right? We're dealing with the polarity, negative, positive. And when you start to get a sort of understanding of how your own mind works through mantra practice, how you can even shift between your negative mind and your positive mind and neutralize the mind, when you can understand the neutrality of your own mind through the mantra, you can start to understand how you can flip what we call the power of whatever this Halloween or Friday the 13th, the evil is coming to get me, right? Those horror stuff. And you can actually power switch it into the power of immense creativity, into a golden energy. Okay, just like, death can be decomposed into new life, right? You can put in, what do you call, dead, whatever is dead in the ground, things are dying all the time, and sunflowers can be born out of that, right? We think of orange peels is sort of dead, right? Well, it can give way to sunflower, right? Which is very bright, it's very luminous, it's very vibrant, healthy. So that's what we were working on in this practice. So thank you, and Satnam.